back here.
Yeah, so we're in contact with the owner of the property to make sure exactly what exactly we have here. You are right that we do have containers. Some of them are locked, some of them aren't. We're not sure if that's supposed to be like that, but we're going to get more information from the owner and figure out what exactly we have in this vacant lot.
Have you looked inside any of the containers?
Yes, sir. We've made our searches of all the ones that we could. Yes.
Did they appear to be have some kind of use as a habitat? At least in some of them.
Some of them they do. They appear to be unknown because of all the stuff that's in there. But that will follow up with that with the owner and with the other folks that we may talk to here.
And HPD hasn't had any previous calls out here, correct?
Not to my knowledge, no. According to the commander here, we're not very many calls at all have dropped out here.
So then how shocking is it to see not only just the elaborate shipping container situation, but to have, a double homicide possibly?
Yes. Well, it's always concerning when we have a violent incident anywhere in the city of Houston. But here, since we haven't had any calls for service here, we really haven't made it out here and patrolled out here because of the fact that there hasn't been any problems. So that we'll be looking at that and see what exactly, like I said earlier, what exactly we have out here. So we'll be more prepared in the future and actually learn what exactly this is out here.
Did the individual give the officers who are investigating when they were questioning him any motivation or reason for having done this, allegedly done this shooting?
We're still in the early stages. We're trying to get all the pieces together. It'd be too early for me to speculate on what exactly the motive was, but rest assured when we follow up and we conclude the investigation, we'll get all that information to you.
Can you give a more detailed description of the person of interest detained and also the victims?
Sure. So the male we have detained is a male. He's between, I'm not quite sure of the age of the male, but he was on foot from here. I'm not quite sure what's the distance between here and Wheatley and the intersection of Tidwell, but that's where we found him. He appeared not to be in a car, so he walked. The individuals at the hospital, we have one male. The male, the person at the hospital is a male, and the two deceased is going to be one female and one male.
No age, range, or race?
Right now, sir, no, I don't have that information.
All of them adults.
Yes, sir. We'll say that they're all adults. Yes.
And then are you labeling him as a person of interest and not a suspect?
Yes, right now we're going to get with the Harris County District Attorney's Office to see what charges, if any, based on the statements that he gave us and based on what the investigation tells us here. But right now he is detained, yes.
What kind of weapon was given from that person?
It was a gun. I'm not sure what the caliber or if it's a revolver or an automatic, but it was a firearm.
A handgun?
Yes, sir.
And it was apparent from the investigators that the deceased here were shot, most likely killed with gunfire. Is that what you're so far seeing?
What we have preliminary here, yes. What we see is it's going to be going to be gunshots. Yes.
Earlier report said that one of the deceased looked like that person had been dead for several hours before being discovered, but one of the other deceased seemed fairly fresh. Can you talk about that?
So again, that's going to be part of our follow-up. It may appear that some have been there for more than others, but it's humid out here. The temperature is going up. The humidity's up. So any of that can play a role in what kind of the composition or what position that body is at that time. So that's going to be hard for me to say. But when we follow up with the investigation and get our conclusions, we'll be able to have that answer better than we do now.
So are you talking like days apart, hours apart? I mean, there's a big difference.
Yeah. I think we can talk hours instead of days. Yeah, I think that's a fair statement. Yeah.
Was the victim who was transported, was that victim ever able to say anything to any of the first responders?
We don't have a statement from them so far. No, sir. Not that I'm aware of. No.
And earlier they were saying the helicopter was up because the person of interest said there was a woman out here that they were wanting to look for,
Yes.
make sure she wasn't hurt. Have you found her? Did you contact her?
Yes. So far, we have not found any other victims. some of the statements that we received that there were maybe more people out here, more victims. So that's why we were concerned with searching the whole area. And that's why we got our Fox unit up and have a better view of what's going on in the area. But as far as the three that we have not found any more victims in this area.
Are you looking for any others?
Yes.
You still are?
Yes, we'll still search. Like I said, we pretty much searched everything, and we're pretty confident, but we always want to make sure. So, we'll do one last search, but I'm not anticipating finding anything else.
Were you going to bring out a canine unit or anything?
That may be a possibility, yeah.
Okay.
Do you suspect they lived in that shipping container?
It's a possibility, yes.
For a long time or just?
That I don't know. It appears that some have taken up a residence. It appears, but I can't confirm. I don't know.
Any other questions, folks?
Can either one do Spanish?
Sure. You ready?
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Buenos días, soy Ernesto García de la Policía de Houston, agente jefe. Estamos aquí hablando de una cosa que pasó como a las 8:10 de la mañana, hoy sábado. La Policía de Houston recibió una llamada, como dije, a las 8:10 de la mañana, que decía que una persona estaba en la esquina de Whitley y Tidwell con una pistola. Los oficiales llegaron a ese lugar y encontraron una persona, un sospechoso, que sí tenía una pistola. Los oficiales le dieron órdenes para bajar la pistola, para poner la pistola en el piso. La persona sí lo hizo. Los oficiales lo arrestaron, lo pusieron en la patrulla y empezaron a hablar a la persona a ver qué estaba haciendo, qué era el problema o qué ayuda necesitaba, porque tenía una pistola en la calle. Cuando los oficiales empezaron a hablar con ese sospechoso, la persona empezó diciendo que él, en una área de esa, poquito lejos de esa área, dijo que estaba o que mató a unas personas, que disparó a unas personas y que mató a unas personas en esta área que es el 1300 Neiman, la calle Neiman. Los oficiales llegaron aquí en la calle Neiman y encontraron un lugar que era una tierra con nada, con árboles, con zacate, bien difícil para caminar adentro de esa área. Pero empezaron a mirar al área y encontraron varias personas, dos personas que estaban disparadas y que estaban muertas ahí en el área. La tercera persona todavía estaba viva, entonces esa persona ahorita está en el hospital en el centro de Houston y la condición ahorita que sabemos que va a vivir esa persona. Los investigadores están aquí y están tratando de colectar la evidencia y ahorita mismo sabemos que tenemos dos personas que se han muerto, una persona que, como dije, que está en el hospital, pero estamos aquí tomando evidencia a ver qué pasó aquí, porque ahorita no sabemos por cierto qué pasó, pero estamos hablando con los testigos, estamos hablando con otras personas aquí en la área, estamos tratando de colectar más evidencia en esa calle donde se encontró esa persona y vamos a seguir con la investigación.
And the person in custody, you're not identifying them as a suspect, are you, or just someone in custody?
Entonces la persona que estamos aquí está aquí con nosotros. Todavía no tenemos los cargos. Vamos a hablar al condado a ver qué cargos vamos a poner, pero solamente podemos decirles la información que nosotros tenemos y luego hablamos con el condado. All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Yes, sir.